Welcome to the conversation you never knew you needed. No filters, no masks, just real talk and honest insights.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into another juicy topic.
Always. What are we dissecting today?
Well, let's just say it's something I think a lot of us can relate to, those pesky, deeper wrinkles that just don't want to budge.
The ones that make you wonder if Botox is just, like, giving up on you. I've been there.
Right, like I'm all for a little preventative magic, but what about those lines that are practically engraved? So in this deep dive, we're going deeper, way deeper into the science of wrinkles, especially those stubborn set-in ones. We're going to figure out if those are even beatable or if it's just time to embrace the character.
Love it. Let's get into it.
So we've got to start with the basics. Botox, everyone's favorite wrinkle fighter, or at least it seems that way. I'll admit, I used to think it was the be-all, end-all solution, but our source today really breaks down why it's not that simple.
Yeah, it's easy to think of Botox as this miracle cure, but it's more like, imagine like a really targeted muscle relaxer.
Muscle relaxer. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, we make expressions with our face, muscles move, bam, wrinkles.
Exactly. But it's not actually relaxing the muscle itself. It's blocking those nerve signals, calling the muscles to chill out, at least for a while. So you're not actually paralyzed or anything, but smoother, less wrinkly.
Right. It's temporary, which is both good and, well, maybe a little arc if those lines are really stubborn.
Yeah.
And this is where I thought our source had this brilliant analogy. They were like, think of deep wrinkles like get a cavity.
A cavity. Ouch. I feel that.
Right. So Botox, that's like brushing your teeth. It's great for maintenance, surface level stuff, but that cavity needs something more, a filling.
Okay, that is a really good analogy. Because with those deeper lines, you've got years of muscle movement, collagen loss, sometimes even fat pads under the skin thinning out.
So it's like that wrinkle is etched into the very structure of your face. Depressing, but also makes sense.
It's true. And that's why Botox alone might not cut it. You're not just smoothing out the surface, you're dealing with actual volume loss.
Cue the dramatic music, because here come the dermal fillers. Right, so walk us through this. What are these fillers made of, and why does everyone say you need a skilled hand doing the injecting? Asking for a friend who's, maybe a little terrified of needles.
First of all, totally valid fear. And to answer your question, most dermal fillers are made of this gel hyaluronic acid, which sounds scary, but it's actually something our bodies make naturally. As for the skilled hand part, imagine this. They're not just injecting under the wrinkle, they're going below the dermis, that's the deeper layer of your skin, and they have to avoid all those tiny blood vessels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like a job for someone who's extremely good at what they do. No pressure.
Right. And it makes sense why our source emphasized experience. They even mentioned that experienced practitioners often use a 32-gauge needle. It's ridiculously fine, like a hair, all for precision and minimal bruising.
Okay. That's reassuring, at least. But back to the... How does combining these two things, fillers and Botox, actually work?
So remember the cavity analogy. Fillers are like that fill-in. They plump up the area, lift the wrinkle from underneath. And then Botox comes in as backup. It's like saying, all right, muscles, stay put. No more etching that line back in.
A 1-2 punch against wrinkles. I love it. So it's about restoring volume A&D, preventing future damage. But the real question is, how long can someone expect this magic to last?
Well, according to our source, the combination can last up to 15 months. Now, compare that to Botox alone, which typically lasts, what, like 2 months, maybe 3, before those wrinkles start creeping back. And even then, it's only about 80% effective.
Wow. Okay, so we're talking over a year of smooth skin versus constantly running back for more Botox.
That's the idea.
All right, so to sum it all up for our listeners, if you're dealing with those deep wrinkles, those ones that just don't want to quit, fillers combined with Botox could be the secret weapon.
Exactly. But remember, everyone is different. This entire deep dive is based on just one source. So it's super important to do your research, talk to a few different qualified professionals, and really understand all your options.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power, people. Don't skip the research. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and find a practitioner you trust. All right, on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode.